Shalom, shalom. First off, I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect and to the Akim out there on the highways and byways, making their bodies a living sacrifice. I want to say shalom to you, brothers. Continue to fight the good fight of faith. Also continue to spread the good news, which is the gospel spread across the four corners of the earth. Shalom to you, brothers, and keep that fight up to the best of your ability. To the Akwafas, the sisters out there listening and learning in silence, I want to say shalom to you sisters as well too. All right. And with this particular video, I came across this actual video on YouTube, and with this video, it explains the true reason why America, as they call the Western powers, they really talking about America, went in and killed Gaddafi, Muammar Gaddafi, man. All right. This is pretty much telling you, they pretty much went in, due to him trying to get on this gold standard, man. All right, which actually is a good way of doing it, because it exposes on the richness of the country, pretty much. Right, if you had, because based on the resources, all right, based on the resources that you have with your country, okay, whether it be gold, whatever it is, lithium, or whatever it may be, Gaddafi wanted to get on a gold currency to back up his money. All right. And it's going to explain it. It explains it a little bit better than what I can. But it just tells you, that, how these devils just, Esau Edom just comes in and it will make us believe that it's one of the reasons why he's going into he's threatening the United States of America. He's making weapons of mass destruction, this and that. When really, he really going in to covet their land. All right. And another reason why he didn't go in is because he wasn't with that one world government, man. All right. And we're going to bring up Revelation chapter 13, verse 15, right, where it says he causes all who wouldn't worship the beast, all right, to be killed, man. All right. And when you go into that word killed, man, it doesn't necessarily mean to be, killed physically, but it can actually mean to be like cut off, or set aside, to what they wouldn't get no more benefits from the United States. All right. But this particular video was very interesting, and I wanted to share this video with you. All right.
Mohammed Abu-Nimer al-Gaddafi, for those who may not know, was a Libyan revolutionary, politician, and political theorist who held power in Libya for over 4 decades. From 1969 to 2011, he served as the de facto ruler of Libya, first as the revolutionary chairman of the Libyan Arab Republic from 1969 to 1977, and then...
Now, by all means, this is not to glorify this guy, Muammar Gaddafi, but this just goes to show you pretty much, if you're not down with this NWO, system, right? This NWO system, all right, with this digital currency, and this MOTB, all right, where you're gonna cause all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive that MIRK, that charagma, man. Hey, this is what this is about. He wasn't down with that, and other people, leaders too, man, like Saddam Hussein, man. And their reason for going in there is they said he had weapons of mass destruction. All right, in Iraq. Come to find out, man, they was going there for all the poppy fields, man, and another thing was he was trying to get on his gold system. All right. But we're gonna let it play. Like I said, this is no all means. This is by all means not a reason to uplift Gaddafi, but it's just to show you, the hypocrisy in this in America, which is known as Babylon the Great according to the scriptures, and it tells you, if you're not down with this system, man, you're gonna be, pretty much ostracized, man.
The brotherly leader of the great socialist people's Libyan Arab Jamahiriya from 1977 to 2011. But what many people may not know is that Gaddafi had a grand plan, a vision for a new economic order in Africa, and it all revolved around a little-known concept called the gold dinar. The gold dinar was
Right, the gold dinar, man, and that was gonna be what he was gonna push. All right, that was gonna be what he was gonna push from through his currency. All right, as it showed you, the dollar bill, man, in America, the American dollar, man, is the dominant dollar, but as today stands, man. But as you can see now, man, a lot of countries, man, is bagging about that dollar, man. All right, that petrodollar. Whoever controls that petrodollar really rules the world, man. All right. But through the BRICS nations, through Brazil, Russia, India, China, and other countries are slowly, gradually, joining the BRICS nations, man. All right. And they're coming with their new form of currency, man. All right. And the next person, the next country or leader is really pretty much raging and thinking that they're going to be the next person in power, man. That's why the scriptures say, hey, why did the heathen rage, man? And the people imagine a vain thing, man. All right? They pretty much are raging and pretty much in the battle of who's going to be the next superpower, man. Look at all that gold, man.
gold currency that Gaddafi believed would free Africa from the shackles of the global economic system and bring about greater prosperity for all. But this vision for a new economic order did not sit well with the West, and as later revealed by...
Yeah, you heard that. Hey, that didn't sit well with the West. Why? Because it actually goes against, their New World Order system. All right? That goes against the everybody being chipped, man. All right? Look at Hillary Clinton looking like a damn witch.
The former U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's 3,000 deleted emails. It was probably the single biggest reason for the escalation of tensions on Gaddafi by Western powers. So in this video, we'll explore the concept of the gold dinar and its significance in the larger context of Gaddafi's regime, his economic policies, and how it fits into the global economic system.
And they try to make it seem like these other countries' leaders is just so bad, to where they just got to go in and do something. They just got to go in and be the damn savior, man. But they always meddle in other people's affairs, man. And the scriptures tell us not to do that, man. Meddle not in another man's affairs, man. All right? But America, man, Esau, Edom, right? They got to have it all, man. They already got the fatness of the earth. But they don't not only want the fatness of the earth, man. They want your land and, with this RFID, with the MOTB, man, they want your soul, man. They want your spirit. They want your mind. They want to be the ones who's in control, of your DNA, man, pretty much. All right? What's that saying where they say, man, hey, if you got all the money in the world, man, what could you give a man for all the money in the world, right? And the saying it goes, hey, they want their spirit, they want your spirit, man. After that, they want total control, man. If the money, they already got all the money in the world, but now, the goal is to have total control in a totalitarian system, man. All right.
Join us as we uncover the truth behind Gaddafi's vision for a new economic order in Africa and the consequences of his actions. The The United States dollar is the world's reserve currency. This means that it is the currency that is held in significant quantities by governments, institutions, and individuals around the world as a store of value and to facilitate international trade.
Right. Is pretty much, the dominant dollar as of now. All right. As of now, it's the dominant dollar, man. This is why this dollar is through the petrol system, where you buy and sell gas. All right. Is way more dominant. It's still, even though it's falling, it's still holding some power behind it, man. All right. Not because it's backed with any type of substance like gold or any type of hard commodities. All right. But it's only in power because of the sword that Esau was given, man. Right. Through their military. Right. And through their allies, through the NATO allies, man. All right. That's the only way. That's the only reason why America is still in power, or their dollar is still in power, man. All right. Hey, I believe in. I forgot which president it was. I think it was Nixon. Don't quote me, but he was the one who. Voted to get the gold standard out of the back and behind the. It's either him or Lyndon Johnson. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit more research on that. But that gold was out of was pretty much not backing the dollar anymore. All right. Oh, it was Roosevelt. I think it was Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Yep. So let's finish this up.
The reserve currency is used to settle international transactions and is considered a benchmark for pricing commodities such as gold, oil, and other raw materials. The US dollar has been the dominant reserve currency for several decades, and it is widely accepted as a means of payment in many countries around the world.
Right, so the American dollar is a standard dollar, man, where you can actually use it anywhere you go. All right, that's how you know. It's like you can't get whatever the Chinese dollar is and come over here and spend it, but you can get a United States American dollar and go to China and spend it. All right, but they do have it to where you can exchange, your Chinese dollars into American dollars, whatever it is. But you can actually spend the money from what I was told. All right, in these other countries, the American dollar. All right.
However, the dollar isn't backed by anything such as gold or even silver, but by faith in the fact that it's valuable.
All right, now you hear that? Now they said the dollar is not backed by any gold or silver, man, or any type of hard commodities. All right, but through faith, what I'm saying, that why? Because they created a system on Dr. Jekyll Island. On Jekyll Island, man. It's a book called The Jekyll Island. All right, where the elites got together, and came up with this monetary system, man, to take the gold out, the gold standard, that from back in the dollar, man. Right? It goes into that, in that book. Okay.
Muammar Gaddafi saw this as completely bogus and outright unfair. He wanted to create a currency that was actually backed by resources such as gold and oil. In other words, money tied to a country's actual resources.
Right. When the money is tied to a country's actual resources, then pretty much that country, benefits from his own resources, man, instead of an outside entity coming in and benefiting off the oil or benefiting off the gold or benefiting off titanium or whatever type of resource that a country obtains, man. Okay? If I'm in Africa or whatever and I have oil and gold, why is these other countries benefiting off my resources, man? It should be my people benefiting off that. All right? It should be the people that who lives on that land to benefit off that. But those people get sucked dry, sucked out, their resources get sucked, and they become pretty much subject to payment in their own country, man. All right? Let's run that back.
In other words, money tied to a country's actual resources. In his attempt to do exactly that, you could see why it was completely unacceptable to countries which historically relied on other countries' natural resources for their sustenance.
Right. They relied on other countries' natural resources, man, for their subsistence, man, for their money and for their benefits. You got the British, who took parts of Africa, you know what I'm saying, and benefited off their resources, man, through the Congo. All right. And that's just one to name a few, man. All right. But that's what Esau Edom do. He covet lands and he covet fields. Let's get that, man, in the scriptures. I think that's in Micah. Covet fields. I think it's in Micah. This is Micah chapter 2, verse 2. It says, I'll just read 2 and 1. It says, Micah chapter 2, verse 1, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. All right, and this is what Esau Edom does, man. All right, he devised, these devised plans and, these well thought out plans. The scripture said their heart is deep, man, which is their mind. All right, so they constantly think on how they can covet somebody's land or snatch somebody's land without having to pay them, man. All right, it says, woe unto them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in their power. It is in the power of their hand, right? And it is in the power of their hand, right? Because the scriptures say the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, man. All right, and he covereth up the faces of the judges thereof, right? If not him, then where and who is he, man? Right? And the Lord gave them the power, you know what I'm saying, to practice this. All right, verse 2 says, and they covet fields and take them by violence, right? You see that? And this is exactly what they do, man. This is why America only had, and since its inception, all right, I believe in 1776, they only had like 7 years of peace, man. But ever since then, man, they've been having war after war, man. Why? Because they need to make up reasons to go in somebody else's land or to war with somebody, or they always meddling in somebody else's affairs. You see what I'm saying? Why? Because they trying to get your land, man. It's no coincidence in Maui right now, man. They done burnt up millions and millions of acres of land. All right? Millions and millions of acres of land. So that's what they do, man. They say Hillary and them got some land down there. Of course, Bill Gates, Kill Gates, Slockett, is buying up a lot of land. All right, millions and millions of land, of acres, man. But this is what they do. It said, and they covet fields and take them by violence. Hey, man, that's exactly what they do, man. It's no different than what they did to the so-called Native Americans, man. All right? When they came to the North, Central, and South America, man. Okay, first they came into, I believe, the land of Hispaniola or down in Brazil. All right, the land of Hispaniola, I believe that's the land where Dominican Republic and Haiti lies. All right? And none of these lands, the people of the lands, the indigenous people of the land, they are not benefiting from, their lands. And it was rich. Puerto Rico means rich port, right? and the true Puerto Rican Taino Indians, man, right? They are not benefiting from the resources off their land. All right, but the Spanish is, the Portuguese is, right? The ones who came and put the Taino Indians, in servitude. They benefit still to this day. It said, and they covet fields and take them by violence, right? And houses, it said, you see, and take them away, right? So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. And that's exactly what they do, man, right? And the next thing you know, it's going to be a hell of a lot of so-called white people in the land claiming that they from the land now. All right? The Puerto Ricans got lighter and lighter and lighter, man. Okay? So, hey, this is what Esau Edom does, man. Why? Because it's in his power, in his hands to do it and to practice it, man. Why? Because the Lord put it in his hands to do it. They covet fields, man. They want something that another man has, man. Okay? Let's go back to the video. I don't want to be blabbering.
And the U.S. could not allow Gaddafi's pro-resource value ideas to stand. After all, they have limited resources, and if people believe
of your food going to waste, freeze drying could be your answer. There are a few different ways of preserving.
Believe the imaginary value of the pound sterling and the US dollar, then they can literally print value out of thin air. But this would only be case if other countries continue to use the resources, and if people.
It said the imaginary value, meaning, hey, you think it's value, you know what I'm saying? Because why? You can buy, because you can buy things still with that dollar, man. But this is why hyperinflation and super hyperinflation is taking place as well. All right. I'm an '80s baby, so the thing that was in the '80s, is much more. You get a bag of chips for 10 cents or whatever it is. Now you're paying 75 cents for a quarter bag of chips or a small bag of chips. That's super hyperinflation, man. You can see it every time you go into the grocery store, man. And the bag of the chips, the big bag of chips is getting bigger, but the chips is getting less. Ain't nothing but air in the bag. And I'm a chip man. But that's beside the point. What I'm saying is, they can print however many they want, however many dollars they want. Okay, which makes the value is less when you do that. Because it's just said in Micah, man. Because it's in there, the Lord put the power in their hands to do so. Okay.
Believe the imaginary value of the pound sterling and the US dollar, then they can literally print value out of thin air. But this would only be case if other countries continue to use the current global financial.
And that's fraud, man. Okay? That's really unrighteous dealings, man. Let's get that unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches. I mean, that's what riches got by the seat. Nah, what is that? It's not Isaiah chapter 10, is it? No, that's unrighteous decrees. Kingdom is translated. Let's just do that then. Let me find it right here. I just had that shit. Salaki, bear with me. Salakia. Bear with me. Got it. I think it's in Job. I'm about to just Google it. Oh man, that's why. Ecclesiasticus 10. I knew it. Salakia. Yeah. Knew I was gonna find Salakia. Yeah, this is Ecclesiasticus, better known as Sirach, chapter 10, verse, I'm going to start at 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And that's what's going to happen, man. Why? Because we have an unrighteous ruler, that's governing the earth right now. All right? Why? Because they do things like this, man. It's unrighteous dealings, man. The injuries and riches gotten by deceit, man. These riches that they obtained, it was deceitful, man. And they pretty much deceived the people into thinking that this money is really valuable when it's really not. Okay? This is why a kingdom had to be translated from one people into another, man. This is why Yahweh Shai had to come back and rule. Why? So he can put righteous order back on earth. The scriptures say when the righteous in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked is in rule, the people mourn. Roughly paraphrasing. All right. But yeah, these are unrighteous dealings, man. Unrighteous dealings, man. Injuries and riches gotten by deceit. Okay?
Value out of thin air. But this would only be case if other countries continue to use the current global financial standard. Gaddafi's plan would indeed have changed the current status quo and shifted power to the countries with the most resources and which continent is being exploited the most for resources. You guessed it, Africa.
Right, Africa. Even though that's not where we're from, but we did, stay in Africa for a nice period of time, man. Well, our homeland is Israel, man. All right. Israel, Jerusalem is the mother of us all, man. But hey, yeah, that's what they do, man. It's going to exploit and expose, who's getting exploited the most, man. Right? And these people are not even getting a percentage off their land, man. Okay? But that's what Esau Edom does, man. Unrighteous dealings, man. He's not righteous in his the way he handled money. All right. He make covenants and break them. All right. Stop that over.
This would only be case if other countries continue to use the current global financial standard. Gaddafi's plan would indeed have changed the current status quo and shifted power to the countries with the most resources and which continent is being exploited the most for resources.
All right, because if he would have done that and when they got through with that, guess what? It would have been other countries that was going to do that as well, too. All right?
You guessed it, Africa. Now that we have that context, let's truly get to the nitty-gritty of the issue. The goal of this new currency was to divert oil revenues away from American banks and into state-controlled funds. To put it another way, to stop using the dollar for oil transactions.
Hey, and the elites wasn't going to have that, man. Hey, you're not getting down on this, man. Them leaks gonna air your ass out. Let's get that in Revelations 4:13. All right. It says Revelation chapter 13, verse. It says. It says verse 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the beast, Salaki, that the image of the beast should both speak, right? And what's the image, man? Hey, through this NWO system, man, right? Through this NWO system, man, right? And everything that comes along with it, man, through his laws, all right, his unrighteous decrees, right? You know, that through the MOTB, man, you've got to be down with all that shit, man. That's all a part of the image, man. All right? The LGBTQ, you know, whatever, you know, any alphabet, all those alphabets, that's a part of his image too, man. All right? And the beast is what? Is the Roman revival of the Roman Empire, man. All right? This is America. It's a spitting image of Rome, man. You can see it through your dollar, your legislation, okay, through your laws, through the Democratic and Republic. All right, romance, romantic. All right. Hey, this is a spitting image of Rome, man. The eagle, you know, was a symbol for Rome, right? And it was a symbol of Esau, of Edom as well too. Okay, but it says, and calls that as many as would not worship the image. Gaddafi wasn't a part of that, man. He wasn't trying to hear that, man. He was trying to get his own system, gold system. All right. It said not worship the image of the beast, right? Should be killed. Right? Let's go into this word killed. Right? Should be killed. Right? And they got rid of his ass. Right? Let's go into this word killed. All right. Hina.
Strong's G 2443. Hina. Hina.
Did that go to the right one? That in order that. No, I don't think I went to the right one. Hold on. No, hold on. Let's go back. Lock. Should be killed. No, that ain't the right one. Mm-hmm. It said the one is not exalted to the other's disadvantage. All right. Place. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Slovakia. In order that. Albeit because of the intent. Let me see. Should be killed. Slovakia. Let's go into Adaman. Let's see what that gives us. think that's gonna show up nothing either. Kill, da-da-da. Let's see what this say. Active killing, hunting, slaying, da-da. Strike to beat, nah. Right, so I mean, they pretty much killed him, man. Overpowering, fascinating, attractive, boom, boom, boom. Victim. Alright? Anyway, the point is, you know, they got rid of his ass, man. Alright? They got rid of Muammar Gaddafi. Why? Because he wasn't a part of that system, man. Right? He wasn't a part of that NWO system, man. Alright? It said, and he had the power to give life into the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image, right, of the beast should be killed. And part of that image, man, is through their monetary system. All right? Hey, you ain't with this system, you gonna get on and lay down. That's pretty much what they saying, man. All right? That's just what it is, man. Hey, Muammar Gaddafi knew that America was full of shit, man. They was bringing them unrighteous decrees, man. And these other countries feel the same way. This is why they jumping out of the dollar, man. All right? Hey, Google who's, jumping out of the dollar. Let me Google it and see. Let me Google it and see. What countries are joining the BRICS? It said over 40 countries, including what? Iran, Saudi Arabia, right? Which have a hell of a lot of oil. It said United Arab Emirates. It said Argentina, Algeria, Bolivia, Indonesia, Egypt, Ethiopia, Cuba, Democratic Republic of Congo, Comoros, Gabon, and Kazakhstan have expressed interest in joining the forum, according to 2023 summit. Chair, South Africa. You see that? This is what's going on, man. 6 new countries to join BRICS, right? Including Iran and Saudi Arabia. All right? 6 new countries, customized, we value privacy. It says 6 new countries to join BRICS, including Iran and Saudi Arabia, right? Argentina, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates have all been invited to become members of BRICS. You see that? Hey, it's going down, man. They dropping the American dollar, man. Okay? As we speak.
Nigeria, Tunisia, Egypt, and Angola were all prepared to change their currencies. Regrettably, in March 2011, a NATO-led coalition launched a military intervention in Libya in the name of freedom, in their words not...
In the name of freedom. Hell, and we ain't got freedom over here in the United States of America, man. Right? That's those unrighteous dealings, man. Injuries. All right? Under the guise of freedom. You're going to go into this man's land, right? And destroy him and kill him, man. And kill babies, children, women, innocent people. Because you don't want to get on with your system.
Because we all know that, in fact, under Gaddafi's dictatorship, Libyans had access to free water, nearly free gasoline, a free healthcare system, and free education. But
free education, free water, free healthcare, free education, Oh, but he was a tyrant, huh? But in the United States, we gotta pay for all that shit. All right. If you want a little head start in life, we gotta pay. We gotta pay top dollar, man, for private schooling. Health care is out the roof. Come on, man. But you see these unrighteous dealings, man. Injuries and riches gotten by deceit. This is why the kingdom has to be translated from one people to another, man. Because these devils is fucking up the earth, man.
To the nitty gritty.
Hey, that's why we call him the devil, man. That word devil goes into the deceiver, man. He deceived the whole earth, man.
So during Libya's 2011 uprising, the United Nations Security Council free gasoline. Under Gaddafi's
free gasoline, man. What we paying over here, man? I remember one time the gas got up to almost $6, man. Up north, I'm up here in Gary, next to Chicago. I can only imagine in California. I got my guys out there in California. They say they was paying about $7 a gallon. You know? Come on, man. Unrighteous dealings, man.
Dictatorship, Libyans had access to free water, nearly free gasoline, a free healthcare system, and free education. But back to the nitty-gritty. So during Libya's 2011 uprising, the United Nations Security Council passed Resolution 1973, which called for a ceasefire and authorized military action to protect civilian lives. With the passage of the resolution on March 17, 2011, a coalition was formed centered on NATO. Its mission, to create a no-fly zone.
So NATO, man. NATO, hey, is a part of this beast, man. NATO is a part of this beast, man. All right? Them 7 heads and 10 horns, man. Okay? Which is the European Union, man. And these people, these countries is aligned with America, man. This is that beast, man. This is a part of that beast system. All right.
Over Libya. The irony is that the U.S.-dominated NATO military organization is concerned with protecting Arab civilians, despite the fact that the U.S. is the nation most responsible for killing Arab civilians.
You see that? Hey, the U.S. is responsible for that. You see? But this is how they come like with a forked tongue, man. This is the fucking serpent, man. Right? Hey, his words are smoother than butter, man. But what? War is in their heart. Let's get that. War is in their heart, man. It's like, let me see. Smoother. Butter. Right, this is Psalms 55, verse 21. Let me see. It said, all right, verse 20. Psalms 55, verse 20. He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He has broken his covenant, right? Hey, he break so many covenants, man. Hey, it was over. Hey, how knows how many peace treaties this devil signed with the so-called Native Americans, man. All right. But he break covenants, man. It said the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, right? But war was in his heart. You see that? And so he tell the American people, oh well, he's a tyrant over there. He's oppressing his people. You oppressing your people. This man have free health care, free education, free water, free gas. All right. But you break it down to the American people that these people are so bad, you got to go in and save them. It said, but war was in their heart, and his words were softer than oil. Yet were they drawn swords. This is exactly what they do, man. Right? That's what he do. He said that's why the scriptures say in Ecclesiastes, it said, never trust thine enemy, man. Right? As sure as iron rusted, so is his wickedness, man. Though he go crouching like a lion, right, and being humble, hey, he ready to put that knife in your back. Okay? That's why I say, yet were they drawn swords, man. This man has war in his heart. All right?
America's famous reformed economic hitman, John Perkins, has addressed the real reasons for the attack most directly. According to Perkins, the attack on Libya, like the attack on Iraq, is about power and control of resources, including not only oil but also gold. Libya had Africa's highest standard of living. The IMF reports that Libya's central bank is 100% state-owned. According to the IMF, the bank has nearly 144 tons of gold in its vaults. Perkins wrote, NATO went there to loot Libya's gold, much like modern Barbary culture.
And that's what happened, man. That's why I say his words are smoother than butter, man. But war was in his heart. He really wanted to go there, you know, and get that gold, man, and that oil. But they say guns and butter, man. All right. That's what they do, man. All right, under the auspices of freedom, man.
In addition to Perkins, the Russian media reported that Gaddafi, the former president of the African Union, had advocated for Africa to use the abundant gold in Libya and South Africa to create an African currency based on a gold dinar for all foreign exchange. In other words, if countries wanted to buy resources from Africa, they would have to do so in gold dinars, not dollars. The central currency would be backed by the actual value of the resources, and purchasing countries would be forced to pay at the exchange rate of the dinar.
He might be Jake. He got shades on. Yeah.
Which would have a much higher value than the dollar, hence making Africa richer by default.
Right, and that's what Putin them try to do, man. Through the BRICS nations, man. They say it's gonna take $55 American dollars, man, to equal up to one BRICS dollar, man. All right. Come on, man. Hey, America is losing, man. All right, it's about to be falling, man. Okay.
Gaddafi's government possesses 143 tons of gold and a comparable amount of silver. These stocks were moved from the vaults of the Libyan Central Bank in Tripoli to Saba, southwest of the Libyan border with Niger and Chad in late March 2011, Blumenthal reported to Clinton. This gold was accumulated prior to the current rebellion and was intended to be used to establish a pan-African currency based on the Libyan golden dinar, Blumenthal explained. This plan was created to provide an alternative to the French franc for Francophone African countries. According to Blumenthal, French intelligence officers discovered this plan shortly after the current rebellion began. And this was one of the factors that influenced President Nicolas Sarkozy's decision to commit France to the attack on Libya. There were 5 reasons for France's illegal...
I think France is a part of that NATO, man. All right? Hey, they allies, man. They all in cahoots, man.
A war on Libya. Sarkozy sought, according to Blumenthal, a desire to gain a greater share of Libyan oil production, B. Increase French influence in North Africa, C. Improve his internal situation in France, D. Provide the French military with an opportunity to assert its position in the world, E. Address the concern of his advisors over Gaddafi's long-term plans to supplant France as the dominant power in Francophone Africa. The West preferred to bribe various African leaders to help them loot their country's resources under the neo-colonialism that prevailed after World War II during the Cold War period. Of course, the United States assassinated any Pan-African aspirations, as well as potential leaders like Patrice Lumumba. In short, guys, anybody who couldn't be bribed was killed. But back to our main...
You hear that? Anybody who couldn't be bribed was killed. What it just say in Revelations chapter 13, verse 15? These motherfucking devils, boy. Hey, you better get it in now, man, while you can, man. It said, and he had the power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, right? How's it speaking, man? Through his wars and his laws, man, his legislation, and his unrighteous dealings and unrighteous decrees, man. It said, and caused that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. What did she just say? Hey, whoever couldn't be bribed, man, hey, guess what? They put him to death. All right? They put him to death. Let's say that again.
Patrice Lumumba. In short, guys, anybody who couldn't be bribed was killed. But back to our main story here. This theft of Arab and African resources, as well as the slaughter of Arab civilians, has been a long-standing plan advocated by new conservatives in the United States. The Project for the New American Century has a hit list of Arab countries and pays little attention to Arab casualties. Well,
Hey, so that means they got other people, other Arab countries on their list, man. Other countries, man, hey, that's not going to get down. Guess what? They going to lay down. According to Revelations chapter 13, verse 15.
In Libya was classic 19th century imperialism, the deliberate plundering of the resources of a sovereign nation-state by more powerful Western conquistadors. The painful part of it, however, is that the Western powers are seen as the heroes of the story, when in fact they're...
Hey, what it said, the words are smoother than their butter, man, but warm is in their heart, man. All right?
Is that the Western powers are seen as the heroes of the story, when in fact they're the biggest, baddest villains who would do anything if it means suppressing any threat to their sovereignty and grip on the world stage. In conclusion, was Gaddafi a brutal dictator? Yes, and this is a topic for another day, but was he targeted and murdered for being a brutal dictator or for his threat to the West? Well, you all know the answer to that question. What we should really...
I'm sure, a lot of people wasn't complaining about new, free water, free education, Yeah, of course, America gonna try to make it seem like it's worse than what it is on the outside looking in, but hey, ask the Libyans over there, man. All right? Anyway, hey, that's all I got. Yeah. The water Yabashim Shab, let me do this video. Shalom, Abba Babal. Call me Ashraf. The elect.